Hi, my name is Eric Messenger, and welcome back to what I worked on this week, an art vlog. It is July 24th, and it's been a fantastic week. I worked on 3 different pieces. You're going to get to see them. They've been in varying stages, but I'm at the point now where I'm starting to really fill in the details of everything. And the way my process works is it's not all worked out. So I'm making compositional choices, um, refining lighting, making anatomical choices. It's really fun, and that's what I love about the process. I don't work it out beforehand. I follow the muse and I follow the charcoal all the way through the process, constantly making decisions and choices, changing and altering and refining along the way. It's super fun. So we're going to talk about how I do that. You're going to see how some of that stuff actually takes place. The other thing I did is, if you saw last week, I started working on a new gold technique and I started playing with it. So anyhow, we're going to talk about this, what I did, and what I think about it. So anyhow, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, oh yeah, and hey, I got new glasses. What do you know? So come on, it's going to be fun. Let's go. Let's get started. So on this one, you saw that I had this hand down, and I've done some work to this hand, and it's starting to come together nicely. I'm at that stage in this piece where I'm filling in. I'm trying to find the details to finish up composition, how things are going to roll, starting to think about pushing things to the back, like what you see here, as far as something I can do a lighter uh, scale on, lighter value, so it just gives it more depth. And now I'm really trying to figure out here down here. I've done a lot of work on his face. This guy here, starting to figure him out a little bit. But I'm gonna start really focusing on here. Like I was thinking about this being her dress, like, and so if I do that, I think, just following her curves of her body, I need it to really kind of come up more, right? And I want it to flow out a little bit. So I'm really going to be working on that part as well, trying to sync up this tree limb here, all these tree limbs. And so that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm going to do more work on the hand, a little bit more work on the hand, maybe around it, but maybe more work on the shadow. I was trying to shadow her face a little bit more over here because the light's kind of coming in from this direction down. So that's kind of where I'm at with this one. I'm just, like I said, I'm just at that stage where more detail on the face. It's all about the small decisions, the small choices. It's all about trying to direct the eye at this point, compositional choices, things like that, adding things compositionally that'll help it. So that's where I'm at on this one. So I worked quite a bit on that bottom part, especially this face here. Then I worked a ton on this guy, darkened up his nose, kind of clarified some of the skin textures that I got on here, started pushing back the highlights and defining and refining what textures are going across these, even these fun little, I don't even know what they'd be called, but just fun little texture that runs across there, just to give it more interest. And then just darkened up a whole bunch of stuff, even coming in here and painting, and a lot of work going into the wing here and pushing out, thickening up the wing right here. And then even adding these little sinewy things that attach the wing to the body itself. A lot more work on her hand and her arm here. Even starting to think about what I'm going to do back here. Not 100% sure, but I'm thinking about it. You can see closely that some sort of fabric maybe. And then a whole bunch on the legs back here. Just pulling in these textures, darkening up this area here. Light's coming in from above. It's got to be darker here. And then starting to work on the legs here. You know, I've said this again, I've said this on a lot of my other videos, but it's what I love about this is it's like most paintings, all your decisions are already worked out when you do your here he is flying in. And it flies down. Oop, I ran into the thing. Anyhow, are all kind of worked out before you actually start your final piece. And with this, you're constantly making choices, compositional choices, light choices, shadow choices, everything. You don't know. I didn't know what these legs were going to look like until I started, and I said I wanted one forward or one back. You know, you just don't know, right? But in a normal painting process, all that's figured out before you start your final piece. So anyhow, I really like what's going on here. It is going to be a lot of fun. It just, like I said, it's that whole, you know, this freedom in this confinement that I think is going to be so much fun. All right, and then next, I actually worked on that gold. Started to find a face, and there he is. So I started this just last night. This is all just in one evening, you know, a few hours of messing around, but he's gonna have extra ears, and I decided because it's gold, now I used to do this a lot with a lot of jewelry and stuff. He's gonna have a lot of these gold jewelry hanging out from around him. So I think he's gonna be really fun. It's a fun way to experiment with this new process. So anyhow, if you haven't seen that, go back and look at it. My last video, I kind of covered this a little bit more and how I got to this stage here, but you can see I pulled this in even from last time, just pulling more of this powder charcoal down. So I think I'm going to really move into this quite thoroughly. I'm actually going to get some spray paint this weekend and do one with gold spray paint around the outside edges and lighter in the middle, just to see what happens. So anyhow, pretty fun. So anyhow, like, follow, share. It's greatly appreciated. Remember, just draw. That's what we can do. Just draw. I want to get another tattoo that goes right across here. And my next word is going to be focus. Maintaining your focus. Moving forward with a focus. Not so scattered, but with intent. So I want to get a word focus across here, I think, next. So anyhow, take care. Thanks so much.